The MPC evaluated the domestic and global macroeconomic financial conditions and voted unanimously to leave the policy repo rate unchanged at 4%. The MPC also decided to continue with the accommodative stance of monetary policy as long as necessary, at least through the current financial year and into the next year.
Monetary policy outcome is one of the most tracked events in the Indian economy. Be it the policy corridors of North Block in New Delhi or the Lal Street in Mumbai, the buzz is evident. Now, while interest rate decisions are mostly economic in nature, stock markets tend to react wildly the day interest rates are announced. Now, why does this happen? To understand this, let's quickly understand a few terms that the policy statement refers to. First is the repo rate. Repo rate is the rate at which the RBI will lend money to other banks in the economy. Reverse repo, on the other hand, is the rate at which the RBI will borrow money from other banks in the economy. Marginal standing liquidity facility is the rate at which the RBI will lend money to other banks in the economy to contain their asset liability mismatches. This is usually done against government securities. From a borrower's perspective, you need to understand MCLR. MCLR is the rate at which banks lend money to their borrowers. Marginal cost of fund-based lending rate is the minimum rate of interest that any bank will charge you. Below this, they cannot lend you money. Now, MCLR is dependent upon the tenure for which you will be borrowing your loan, or maybe the extra cost that the bank will have to incur to generate that 1 rupee that it will be lending you. Moving forward, there are a few statutory terms. First is CRR. CRR is the rate at which the banks have to maintain their reserves with the central bank in case there are unexpected withdrawals. Statutory liquidity ratio, or SLR, is the reserve that the banks have to maintain with themselves in case there are withdrawals. Mostly this amount that is set aside under SLR is invested in government securities. Now that we are through with these terms, let's understand how interest rate changes affect us. Whenever we are saying that the RBI is changing interest rate, it essentially means that it is changing the repo rate. Now, if the RBI increases repo rate, this means it will be charging more interest from banks whenever it is lending funds to them. In effect, these banks will charge more interest from us whenever we borrow funds from them. Therefore, any increase in repo rate means our loans will become expensive, and any cut in interest rate or repo rate means our loans will become cheaper. Now, you must remember that these changes that the RBI does in its repo rate are definitely reflective in the new loans that we are taking. For loans that you already have, the terms will depend upon if your loan is on fixed rate or on a floating rate. Now let's say the RBI has cut interest rates. This means our loans will become cheaper. So if a corporate borrower is borrowing fund from the bank, this fund will be deployed towards increase in the production activity. Increased production will also mean increased employment. In effect, the entire economy is expected to grow. Now, this hope that the economy will grow and therefore the financial position of that particular business is expected to grow as well, the stock markets tend to react positively to the development. And therefore, usually whenever there is a cut in interest rate, stock markets go up, or let's just say stock prices will go up in the markets. Inversely is also true. If there is a hike in rate interest, stock markets tend to react negatively. Now, this is a broad development. Let's say there are a few rate sensitive counters. These are auto stocks, realty stocks, and bank stocks. For real estate and banking counters, the expectation that a rate cut will increase individual loans, that is, making car loans or maybe home loans cheaper, will increase. Therefore, these counters tend to react positively whenever there is a rate cut. For banks, you need to have a deeper understanding. Now, remember we said that banks have to keep certain amount of funds invested in government securities. Now, whenever there is a cut in interest rate, prices of these securities that the banks already hold tend to go up. If banks choose to book profits on these government securities, these will be reflected as treasury gains in their financial statements. This increase or this improvement in the financial statements or earnings going forward tends to push stock prices up whenever there is a rate cut. Second factor is net interest income. Whenever RBI is cutting repo rate, there is an expectation or maybe there is an assumption that the banks will cut lending as well as deposit rates in the economy. This will maintain their net interest income and also their interest margin. This is another positive development which is reflected through increased stock prices in the economy. The third factor is that whenever there is a rate cut in the economy, there is expectation that there will be increased credit offtake. Now remember, credit is asset for banks because they earn interest on them. Now if there is increased credit offtake, this will increase or expand balance sheet of the banks on the asset side, which is the third positive development. Therefore, banks tend to react positively whenever there is a cut in interest rate. But for a savers economy like ours, banks cannot cut deposit rates too much, because if there is too much cut in the deposit rates, savers will not save in the economy, no funds will be available with the banks, and there will be no lending activity. That is the reason that sometimes even if the RBI is cutting rates, there is lagged effect in rate cut transmission. But overall, while the interest rate cuts tend to have a lagged effect or maybe take time to reflect in the economy, stock prices react instantly and your portfolio or returns on your portfolio changes.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.